Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a iPhone 12 Pro what's on my iPhone. So stay tuned. Okay, so I have the iPhone 12 Pro. I just got it. I did an unboxing video on it, so if you didn't see it, make sure you go and check it out. And basically I just updated this. It is the gold. Okay, this is how it looks, and I really like this phone. I was coming from a iPhone 8, so imagine the big upgrade. Yes. So let's just jump right into it. So let me log in, and I'm gonna start my screen record. Okay, so let's start off with the screen. So this is my screen. This is my back screen, so you guys can see my picture. So yeah, so first things first is we have the Gmail account up at the top. Love Gmail, love Gmail. Next to Gmail we have the Instagram. Yes, the Insta. Next to that I have a folder called business. I just basically like use that for work basically. Next to that I have a app called InkPad, and this is basically like a notes app, and I've had this app for years, like since I've had my Galaxy Android. I've had this app, and whenever I got a new phone, I just went in and re-downloaded it, and all of my information was still there and everything. So I just decided to just keep it because I had valuable information that was in there that I probably couldn't get back, but I decided to just keep it for that because I didn't just move everything over from one and then go and take it to notes. I just was like, why do all of that? Save the hassle, download the app, keep everything that's in there ready, and boom, there you go. Simple. So under Gmail I have Google Maps, and then next to that I have a good old Snapchat, and then I have the calendar, and next to the calendar I have my Shazam. And then below Google Maps, I have photography, which is basically my camera and my photos. I put them into one folder and named it photography. Then next to that, I have the App Store, and then I have settings. And then if you look down below, I have the call app, I have my text app, I have Google Chrome, and then I have Tidal as my music source. Personally, love me some Tidal. And then if you swipe over, up at the top I have FaceTime, and then next to that I have a folder that I call don't use, because these are just things that I just don't use, like apps that I don't use. So we have clips, we have iMovie, we have pages, books, iTunes Store, and Clock. Now the thing with some of these is that, especially iTunes and Safari, because you'll see, is that I tried to uninstall it and delete it off my phone, but for some reason I just couldn't do it, or at least at that time, like when I had my iPhone 8, I couldn't do it. So when I unboxed this and I set it up, I just basically took everything that was on that phone and put it in this phone, so everything just transferred over. So when I had the iPhone 8, there was some apps that I could install and some that I couldn't, and this was one of them, the iTunes one. So this and like Safari, and maybe like a couple of other ones that I don't really use that I have in here. And yeah, so I don't know how to delete it or uninstall it off the phone. So if you guys know, please help me out, because I don't use it, so I feel like there's no need for it on my phone. It's just taking up space. So yeah, so, and I can use that extra space for like pictures or something. So yeah. So next to that I have calculator, and then files. And then below FaceTime, I have a folder called extras, which is basically like extra stuff that once again I don't necessarily use, like miscellaneous stuff. So I have tips in there, voice memos, contacts, find my, health, and wallet. I have it there. So yeah. Next to that, I have my Bitmoji app, which is good for Snapchat as well. Then next to that, I have a folder called cabs, and then I have Uber, Lyft, and I put Uber Eats in there as well. And then I have Pandora that I like to listen to like when I get ready in the morning. And then below extras, I have my YouTube, of course. Then I have Nose, I have Safari. Once again, help me out with that because I don't really necessarily use it. And then I have Google Duo. So for Google Duo is basically like a FaceTime that will connect anyone that have an Apple phone with anyone that have a Galaxy, or I don't even, is it called Galaxy now? I don't even know if they're called Galaxy now, but basically like an Android, basically an Android phone. And basically it connects those two together. So you're able to talk to someone that have a iPhone, or you're able to talk to someone that, or from an iPhone that has a Android. So I thought that app was pretty cool because I do have some family members that don't have an iPhone, and especially with the times that we're going through right now, being in the whole pandemic, especially like last year, March, April, May, and things like that. You know, you weren't able to really go and see some of your family members and things like that too often. I feel like this is pretty cool. I know I've checked up on a couple of family members through the Google Duo. So yeah, that's a really dope app. So if you have anybody in your family or know anybody and maybe you can't FaceTime them, or they complain that they don't see you or anything like that, and you're like, well, you don't have FaceTime, download that. It's pretty cool. They'll be happy. So yeah, so next I have my Verizon, because I have Verizon as my phone carrier. Next to Verizon, I have Venmo, and then next to that, I have a folder called Google Pics and Vids, which basically just have Google Drive and Google Photos. And I love these two because they're kind of pretty much like iCloud. And I feel like they have more storage than iCloud, so I prefer to save everything on here than I would on iCloud. For me personally, I love this over iCloud. And yeah, so next to that, I have Dream Trips, which is basically a it's like, how can I say it? It's basically like an app that you can use to take different types of trips all across the world, and they give you can book your hotel through them, your excursions is included, your flight is included, like everything's included. So you basically go in there and they have them for like stupid cheap. So did a couple of those with Dream Trips. Shout out to Dream Trips. So yeah, then under my Verizon app, I have the weather app. Then I have a folder called apartments. So it's just basically like anything dealing with any apartments or anything like that is in there. So I have the apartments app, the Street Easy, I threw Yelp in there, and Open Igloo. So let's talk about Open Igloo. So Open Igloo is basically an app. I don't know if it's just here in New York or it's across all 50 states or here in Cali. I'm not exactly sure. But Open Igloo is basically, how I will describe it is basically like an app that you can use to do like a background research on like an apartment or something like that that you are renting. I live here in New York, so a lot of people tend to rent here. So basically you can see if there's any bad reviews on the apartment, any like open tickets, if the landlord had any type of lawsuits or anything against them. So basically you know what you're getting yourself into. So that's basically what Open Igloo is. It's basically like tenants that used to live in the apartment that wrote any comments or anything that was wrong, or anything with like the landlord or anything in the apartment or something like that, dealing with the apartment, they put it in there, which is A1. Like I never know any app to do that before, so that's pretty cool to have. And then next to that I have Facetune, and then next to that I have a app called Shopping, which is basically like all of my shopping apps pretty much in one folder. So we have Pretty Little Thing, we have H&M, we have Sephora, we have Shein, we have Pink Nation, Victoria's Secret, Fashion Nova, and Boohoo. So yeah. Then I have games, which I just have Temple Run, Charades, which is really good for like get-togethers, family gatherings, girls' night, you know, whatever, and Uno, because I love me some Uno. And then next to that, I have Netflix, I have Fios, because that is my internet server. And then I have YT Studio, of course. And then if we swipe over, I have Chase, I have an app called Transit, which living here in New York, you don't necessarily need a car. We have buses and trains that we can get on. So that app will basically let you know when your bus or your train is coming. So, you know, sometimes you might be waiting and you're like, oh my God, like how much longer is it? Or you may have just missed a train or a bus, so you want to know when is the next one coming. Use that app, it'll tell you like, oh, it's like 3 minutes away, or oh, you gotta wait about 5 minutes. So it'll tell you that, any delays or anything like that. So that's a super cool app to have. Next to that, I have an app called Jobs, which I just have Snagajob and Indeed Jobs in there. Then I have Measure, and then below Chase, I have Zipcar and Enterprise, because I do drive, I do have a license. So you can rent your vehicle from there. And then next to that, I have Waze, which is basically like an app that you can use, which is like a GPS, but it's a really cool, dope GPS system. Then next to that, I have Word document, then I have Cash App, and then below Cash App, I have the European Wax Center, then I have Philo, then I have Audible, which is pretty cool too, and then I have Hulu. Then below Hulu, I have CDoc, which is basically it's provided through my medical, which is basically like if you know, with this whole pandemic and things like that, some places weren't allowing you to just like go into the doctor office for a doctor visit. They were allowing you to either call over the phone or do like a FaceTime. So that's what that basically is with my medical center. It's basically like you can go on there and set up a FaceTime or like a phone call, like a doctor's visit pretty much. If it's for something mild, you can go on there and set it up, and then you can also speak to whoever your medical doctor is or anything like that. You can do that all through there. The next to that, I have Shake Shack, and then Starbucks, and then MyFitnessPal, which is pretty cool. Then below that, I have Calm, which some of you guys might be familiar with. So Calm is basically like an app that you can use that will, like, if you're one of those type of people that likes to relax, to fall asleep, and you like the sound of like rain or like a waterfall or something like that, then like that's what that is. That's what that app is. So sometimes you can use this to just like relax, if you want to meditate, if you want to like go to sleep, like whatever, you can use it for that. Just have like a peace of mind. You know, if you want to just like get away for a little bit, clear your mind, clear your thoughts, you can use that app. Dope. Next to that, I have Planet Fitness, and then next to Planet Fitness, I have another app called Teledoc, which is basically kind of like CDoc. You get board certified doctors that can either FaceTime you or they will call you over the phone for mild stuff. It's kind of like a urgent care, but through the app, pretty much. Basically, it's like for little mild things. Yeah, I like to use that a lot. I know for me personally, I don't have to pay anything. There's no payment, no co-payment or anything like that. I don't know if it's like that for everyone. I think it's free for everybody. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what Teledoc is. It's a super cool app though. And then next to Teledoc, I have a folder called Sneakers. So I have Foot Locker, Foot Action, and the Sneakers app in that folder. And then below that, I have a folder called YouTube, which I basically have buzz art, InShot, PixArt, and Fonto. So those is like all the things that I use for like my YouTube and things like that. The next to that, I have Translate, and then I have Apple TV. And then I just have my app library. And then that is it. So hopefully you guys can maybe, I don't know, get like an app from me or something like that, or hopefully it was something that you seen on my phone that maybe you will want to go ahead and download, or something like that, and you got something out of it. And so yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, please let me know how I could just like get these apps off of my phone, please, because I'm dying to know. So yeah, thank you for watching.